taxpayers in the county. I think you do a tremendous job, and I really appreciate it. I think the Board of Commissioners appreciate your efforts too.
Thank you.
I just also would like to point out to those who aren't aware, of the 77 total population, only 18 are adjudicated.
Only 18 what?
Have gone through the process of going to court.
Going to court.
And proven guilty.
Therefore, under our federal laws, everybody else is presumed innocent. And to not offer them everything that we should be giving anyone, whether they be in jail or not, I think it's a violation of their rights.
I think I mentioned before that the New Hampshire judicial system needs to be reformed. And we have people who are innocent until proven guilty, sitting in our jail for a number of days, in their years actually. It's not right. It's costing the taxpayers a lot of money. My challenge to the representatives would be to make some effort down in Concord to change the system and save the county money, save the taxpayers money by moving these people along. And if we need more judges, we need more judges. But to get them out of our system, it's just not right.
One of the things I'd like to do this year, which I think would help the Sheriff's Department, is to look into the possibility of getting video arraignment equipment to help reduce the number of transports that have to go out to both Ossipee and Superior and Conway District Court. It would save on all the gas, and it would save on, trying to coordinate schedules and things like that. So if we could do all or a majority of the court hearings without even moving the inmate out of the facility, I think it would be obviously there's going to be a startup cost. But
The startup cost for us, but also the courts don't have that equipment either, I don't believe.
No.
So it's a cost to the state as well, which goes back to the legislature to do that, to save money. Okay.
Representative, to maybe as the chairman of the jail subcommittee, I have a disc that has the responsibility of funding authority. It's I got it from the NIC. It's it's between a 30 and 40 page document. I can print that off for you if you want to review it. It talks about the constitutional rights and incarcerated individuals and their level of responsibility that needs to be put on the funding authority, if you'd like to review it. Okay.
You've talked about video conferencing. The Cooperative Extension is always talking about it. It would make sense somewhere around here, maybe you put it in your meeting room, someplace that other people can use it, and we coordinate it so that it's here. The problem is nobody has the unit, and we're prepared to do it here, if I remember correctly. They built the courthouse, and they're prepared to do it, but they didn't put it in.
Yep.
It seems to me that between the two, the state and the county, we ought to be able to justify it.
But until all parties pull it together, it's not going to happen. We could do it at the county level, and in fact, I think our jail is wired for it when it was built.
That's
I'm not sure about the courthouse.
It isn't wired over there, but it's wired at the jail.
Yeah, because we anticipated that that's what was going to happen, but it hasn't happened.
If we were, as a county, and I don't know if we can do this or not, but if we was as a county to purchase the equipment and install it in the various courthouses and take that initiative to...
We would do that.
I don't know. I don't know if that would be a viable effort to reduce...
It's a viable effort, but the delegation, I don't, well, I'm not going to speak for them.
Sometimes business sense doesn't work with it,
Yeah.
the delegation.
So is there a cost, do you know on an annual basis how much it costs to transport for courts that you could do if you had the video
We have inmates going out every day to court.
I mean, I'm just wondering if you have an idea, you know, if we didn't have to transport, if we could do
You'd
this
save the
percentage.
sheriff's department, they do the transport.
Yeah, it would save on their wear and tear on the vehicles, their gas.
So that's a sheriff's question, okay.
We can save on sheriff manpower also. Obviously, it would loosen up somebody, but could they go with one, do they have a specific person hired there to haul somebody around? So that if you did a video, you wouldn't need that person?
Well,
I believe they do have a person that transports in the van,
Mhm.
that is his principal job, and he, I believe, is stationed over at the courthouse.
but you've got all the little towns now, stuff that's happening in the budget are gonna be cut in their police departments. And there's a certain amount of sense in having a sheriff's department being able to pick up some of that slack, because each town doesn't have to hire their own part-time guy, they can use a sheriff 8 hours a week, so it's all tied together. Right?
Okay, all set? Good, thank you very much.
You have a copy of this? I gave that to you, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Jason.
Sir.
What has happened with the red truck?
It's still,
You got the keys to it?
I have the keys to it, yeah.
Then you should take it over to the jail. You need to get a cap for it,
Okay.
and that supposedly is to replace the van that's breaking down to transport food from the nursing home to the jail.
Okay.
Um,
It's open to everybody for use though, correct? So I don't wanna keep it in the secured, where I keep the van now. I should probably put it in the parking lot.
No, I think it should be kept in there, that's
Okay.
gonna be the principal use of it.
Okay.
You have other vehicles, right?
Yes.
I guess I would like to see that somewhat restricted to that, to move food from the nursing home to the jail and vice versa, back and forth.
Okay.
That's what I think we should use it for. You've got other vehicles to do transporting and to make runs wherever you want.
Right, but I didn't know if like other departments were gonna have the ability to use that.
The only other department might be at night when the vehicle is not used, the sheriff might use it
Okay.
on a particular issue,
Okay.
okay?
Very good.
But you have the keys, you need to get a cap for it.
Mm-hmm.
I would suggest you wait until after next Tuesday,
Mm-hmm.
then we can talk about the cap. But that, I think that would help you out. Do you agree that you need a vehicle for transporting, right?
Oh, yeah.
Food?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Morning,
Good
Cindy.
morning. Oh, Sandy, before you start, I have a quick question. I noticed that you're always 8:15 here. Are you going to watch the meetings, or are you just wait for your turn?
I feel as though I garner some information from the meeting, particularly when they're talking about the building. If there's a report on the building, I like to be included, or if there's been some discussion or something that I have missed. Okay, good morning. The census in our facility today is 100. We've had 3 recent deaths, and there are residents that have been with us for some time, and it's difficult at best. We do have 1 bed offer going out, and we have 2 other admissions in the works. So I know that we will be filling those beds in the next few days. We have 7 Medicare residents, 26 private pay residents, 67 Medicaid residents. Last week, we voted on the Journs equipment. I did receive the revised quote, so we're not talking about the movement of existing, so I need a signature there. And I have given Kathy Gary the application for credit application. one area that I have not reported on in the past, I don't believe, is we've been working very diligently on a bed alarm, care alarm reduction program. When I started in the nursing home 2 years ago, and perhaps in other nursing homes, you would hear constant bells and buzzers and things going on. But what's been proven in the literature is that residents, that doesn't really prevent falls. What it does, it can very well promote a fall because the resident hears that noise and will fall. We've been working on this program for the last few months. We started on one wing, reduced most of the alarms, I believe, and we're on the second wing. And we haven't had any falls related to the reduction of, again, it's the philosophy of a quieter and gentler environment and a more home-like atmosphere. So we're pleased with that.
Any questions, Sandy?
Yes, I have a question. A couple weeks ago, we came at a meeting and you said the certificate of FIFO was expired and we needed to sign it, what we did. I just want to know, can you tell a little bit about what it is? And I just want to know when it was expired.
That wasn't the 501c3. When they changed the name, and I believe it was, I don't want to quote, I don't have that information right in front of me, but it expired quite a while ago. And I'm talking maybe 10 years or so ago.
Let's go back up and see what we're talking about.
What I did was I was investigating and we were needing to change our name, so I had to call Concord to understand the procedure. And when I did that, they said that that it had expired in regard to the certificate. So I had to revitalize the certificate, and then I will apply for a new name, effective when we move into the new home.
Yes, because I said, I saw that last year you filled out the applications with nursing home, the amount of few nursing homes
Right.
in it, yeah.
Right, and that's our name. But as far as what's transpired, and again, there would be no reason for me to check certification other than if you're going to do a name change. I've been in the facility for almost 2 years now as the permanent nursing home administrator, and I was, there's no reason to check it unless you were changing your name.
Yeah.
And apparently that is something that is renewed every, and I don't want to be quoted, but I think every 5 years, and nothing has come across my desk.
And where does that go? To who do you change the name?
The Secretary of
State?
And it's the Office of
It's recorded.
Corporations. Right. So, did I answer your question?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you have any comments on the budget procedure on Monday?
I felt as though it was very difficult to be a spectator and to watch it occur. I've watched, and again, and I'm not speaking personally, I'm speaking when I've watched colleagues of mine work so hard.
Yeah.
And perhaps not at this meeting, but in others, I feel as though it was almost demoralizing to watch people as far as discussion regarding what we do in the county. I think we all can accept the hard times and the issues of the cuts that need to be made. I find it would be much easier to understand that a budget has to be cut by X amount of dollars, but not to tell us how to micromanage. In my view, there's an attempt to micromanage in each and every department.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I'm talking personally and with my heart.
Yep. Yep. I feel the same way. Go ahead, Mr. Hudson.
Thank you, Sandy. I respect your opinion, but in reality, yes, if you were going to say, okay, take off $200,000 and leave it up to me to figure out where to do it, that would probably be the way to do it without a bunch of people that don't know anything about your business running it. On the other hand, it isn't set up that way. It's set up that we have to do